clearing close in the forest you'll find a fabulous banquet, a fairy walk. If you close your eyes and you open your mind, the veil disappears and you'll see it all.
Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and for today's video I'm kind of switching it up a little bit and sharing an experience of something that I went through that I have a couple different theories surrounding, and both are equally creepy and scary, and just really a warning to you guys as to what can happen when you put yourself on the internet, when you put pictures of yourself on the internet and you do it as frequently and publicly as I do. This video is one I wanted to make for a while, but I figured since I have a couple really good creepy and freaky paranormal videos coming up this week, that I would actually just kind of break them up and share a real life, normal, regular experience. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Basically, today's story is about the fact that somebody had stolen my identity, it appears, and gotten into an invested and financially reliant relationship with somebody else. Basically, somebody catfished somebody utilizing my pictures and made financial promises to them that in turn resulted in them potentially, I don't know because I haven't followed up, losing their home. I have a couple different theories as to some different things that could have happened, so definitely make sure to watch to the end because I think I might have been getting scammed on a couple different levels. But without further ado, let's get into this story because I'm rambling and nobody likes when anybody does that. So I have a friend and I'm going to actually be renaming her for the purpose of this video. It's not really necessary to say her name, and this is something that she deals with on the daily for years and years. So I'm gonna call her, let's call her Sophia because I don't know anybody by the name of Sophia, so it's kind of fitting. I have a friend by the name of Sophia and she's a really pretty girl. Like, she's beautiful. She's got amazing pictures. She's somebody that I can see people wanting to become on the internet. And for the past, I honestly think like 5 years, there has been a stalker of hers who has been using her pictures to lure people in for a bunch of different reasons. And the police have been involved, and every single time that they kind of get a trail on this person, they'll disappear for a couple of months. The police are unable to continue pursuing it, and then eventually she'll pop back up again and cause more trouble and stir up more trouble. Now, my friend Sophia doesn't know how many people this person has done this to. She just knows of those who wind up finding her and actually telling her what's happened. So she's scammed people. This catfish has scammed people on behalf of Sophia, or using the face of Sophia. And it's gotten really scary at some points because the information that this person knows about Sophia is things that only people who know her could know. So it would be things like going on in her life or things that she hadn't even publicized and put out to the public that this person was sharing with other people. So it's gotten pretty scary on her level. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this person who winds up messaging me brings up my friend Sophia and says that he met me through Sophia, or what he thought was Sophia and me. So this happened about 6 months ago, and I received a DM from somebody that was like really weird to me. And I'm gonna read you the DM. I'm gonna put screenshots of the DM up here. I'm gonna obviously put emojis over top of names and pictures because privacy reasons, but you will see the actual DMs, what I replied and what was said over DM. So it started out, somebody messaged me and said, "Hey, sorry to bother you. I have a few questions, question mark. And originally I thought that perhaps it was maybe one of you guys or somebody who wants to ask me like questions about things in their life or things going on. And so I replied, sure, what are they? And they replied back, okay, not to sound weird or anything, but my friend about a month ago had a girl named, and then I think they accidentally sent the message ahead of time and said, named Sophia, message him and get to know him. And then they messaged and said they had a friend named Hailey who thought I was attractive. Now I've been messaging a girl saying she is you up until this morning we found out it was fake. So I need to find out who the real Hailey Reese was because I felt I was getting played. Really apologize for all of the inconvenience. Now, I know people could say, oh, they're just pretending to get talking to you or things like that, which I do have a theory revolving around this in a moment, but this had to be somebody who knew of my friend, and I've never publicized this friend, and he had her first and last name. So it was a little bit strange to me that he knew one of my really good friends' first and last names, and it just so happened to be my friend who has a stalker who catfishes people with her picture all the time. So that made me believe this story instantly. And so I replied and said, OMG, are you serious? Why are people so cruel, WTF? And he says, like, it's got pretty far, to be honest, and I didn't want to be played. I originally thought it was too good to be true. A little strange someone as beautiful as yourself and who sings like you could be talking to me. Ahaha. And so I hate when people say things like, oh, like someone as beautiful as you or this or that. Like, it really bothers me because, I mean, we're human beings and we would talk to people and associate with people and form relationships with people who are, well, I would, who are good people. So right away I was like, that's a little bit strange. But I replied and said, how do they talk to you? Like, through what? Text? Or that's honestly crazy, you didn't deserve that. And then he replies and says, like, I'm struggling for rent and this person was telling me she would help me out and now I need to come up with my rent by tonight or I lose my place because my welfare was on hold, and through text, like, royalty effed me over. I think he meant royally. And I said, holy boop, as you can see, that's plain evil of her. And then he says, all left up, now this chick effed me over. I lose everything for $700, and I even told her I would be able to pay it back to her in 2 weeks. I don't know what to do anymore, but I appreciate you clarifying things up. Been trying to get a loan all day because she effed me over and I haven't been able to, and no friend could lend it. Life's just blank because of some stupid blank. Really apologize for all of this, by the way. And right away I kind of got this vibe that this person was about to ask me for their rent money. But then I figured, like, no, maybe he's just venting about something that's happened to him. Obviously using my face and my name and who I am. And it was just extremely awkward for me to be in this position. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I felt horribly. Obviously, if somebody's about to lose their place because I offered their rent up for them, it's a little bit uncomfortable for him to now be telling me this and kind of not putting his problems on me, but obviously making me feel bad. So I replied and said, one thing I've learned is that even when things seem like they couldn't get worse, they'll always lighten up and get better. Did you confront her? And it's okay, not your fault. He says, I did. And then he goes back to his rent again. But I'm already a week past due and I needed it from her by tonight at least, or else I have to leave my place. Still trying to figure out a loan so I can get this all figured out and not stress. I know you have no idea who I am at all, and no, it's not your problem, but would you be able to help me out, beautiful? And that is when my whole gut dropped, because I kind of felt like this person was insinuating and hinting towards me putting up the rent, like trying to make me feel bad for what I did so I would put up the rent. And I know what some of you may be thinking, and you're probably thinking, okay, Hailey, this person obviously knows, like, you know, you do YouTube videos and you make music and you do things like that. They probably think you have money and they're probably just trying to, like, use a catfish scam to get you to pay their rent. And I would agree with that, and I do have theories surrounding this, but what really made me think that somebody had in fact catfished him was that he knew the name of my friend who this has been happening to for years, and not just like her name. And her real name, like her maiden name, I guess you would say, is a completely different name than what she puts on any form of social media. So I was just like, this person knows my friend. Like, this person is somebody who actually knows my friend. But my friend didn't know him, because at this time I'm messaging her and she's like, I have no idea who this person is. This is insane that this is happening again. I'm so sorry that they brought you into this. Like, this is absolutely crazy. And so I kind of felt like this person had actually been catfished by me. But then I'm sitting here like, why is this person asking me to pay their rent? I have no idea who they are. It's $700 and I really have no responsibility in this situation other than it was my face and my name used for this person. I don't know. Let's continue. And then I replied and I said, I really do hope you figure it out, but unfortunately I'm not able to help. And he wrote back and said, nothing about me not being able to help. He says, and I'm supposed to see you Saturday. Your supposed to come see me. So then I'm a little bit confused. confused by this person because they're continuing to say things like, you're supposed to see me. Well, clearly it wasn't me. I've made that very clear to you. I don't know who you are. I have no association to this, and now you're reiterating that I'm supposed to come see you for what purpose? And I found that really, really strange. So my friend Sophia, at this point in time, went ahead and messaged this person, and they got on a phone call. And this person sent her things that he didn't send me, and he basically said that they were sending pictures of me every single day, but they were pictures that were only like publicly visible on my Instagram. So there were no pictures that weren't already put out onto the internet. They had taken some money from him, I think like $100 or something via email transfer, and promised to pay it back, and then said that they had so much money and they were going to be paying his rent and taking care of him, and basically like acting like I was going to become his like sugar mama in a sense. Like the way that the messages were that my friend had shown me, and I had messaged her to see when I was going to do this video if she could send me them, but she deleted them. The messages that he had sent her showing like some of the conversations between them, it was like, I'll take care of you, I'm gonna pay your rent, don't worry about it, this, that, I got you, like if you could spot me like $100 here. And the way that I view that is like, I'm gonna pay your rent, I'm gonna take care of your rent and everything to do with your living situation going forward, but I need to borrow $100. I found that sounding a little bit scamish, but apparently he didn't see any red flags in it. Now, I stopped replying to this person after they started saying, you're supposed to come see me, because I felt that it was just not beneficial to either of us to continue up this conversation, because I'm starting to feel very uncomfortable. I feel guilty in a sense, but also I know I'm not responsible for this. I know that I don't have any obligation to pay this person's rent, and it all seemed a little bit suspicious to me. So now like where I sit and where I think about this is like, I have a couple of different theories. So my first theory is, did this person get catfished by me? Did the catfish not ever say they were gonna pay their rent, but when they found out, like I do social media and things like that, maybe they assumed that they could get some sort of guilt story out of the fact they were catfished by me and have me feel sorry and pay their rent or give them money? Or did this person really get catfished by somebody who said they were gonna pay their rent and everything just kind of like hit the fan? Or is this all just a made up scam just to get money? The person was never catfished. The person made this story because they know that I feel really guilty in situations and thought that I would pay the rent. I don't know what to say about it, to think about it. All I know is the Instagram account wasn't recently created. It had pictures of this same person, and they have been posting these photos for like a couple of years now. So it did seem like a legitimate Instagram account. The only thing that I find suspicious about this situation is, in order to have to leave your place due to eviction, you have to have not paid your rent for like months. So $700 wouldn't save you. Like, I know this, I researched into like the renting laws and things like that, and if you were being evicted and you actually had to leave, that would mean the sheriff had to come, put locks on your door, or the sheriff was going to come and do that, and that takes like months of not paying your rent. It's very, very difficult for owners to kick tenants that aren't paying rent. It's a long process, it's costly, it's not a nice process. So this would have had to have been going on for time, and if it were, you would owe more than just 1 month's rent, and it wouldn't just be $700 to save you and save your home. So I feel like maybe his rent was late, if this is a true story, but I definitely don't believe for a minute that he was getting evicted to the point where he has to leave the premises, because legally, he can't just be evicted like that. It's going to take a couple of months of being late on rent and a sheriff actually coming to kick you out. Well, I'm not really sure like what to make of this situation. I thought that I would come on here and share this odd story with you guys as a cautionary tale of what happens sometimes when you put yourself out on the internet, when people know what you do, and when people assume that you have money or that they can use your face or your name because you put it out there. It's a very odd situation. It's more odd that this person knew my friend Sophia's full name, her name that she used only as a child in elementary school. She has a new last name now, so that was very awkward to me, and that's the one piece of the puzzle that I can't really explain. And before anybody goes ahead and thinks that she's involved, like, she was just equally as devastated and frustrated and was ready to take this next piece of evidence back to the police and say, look, this person is insane, they're involving my friends now. So I don't know what to make of this. I'm hoping that you guys will have some different theories in the comment section below. I've obviously protected everybody's identities. This is by no means me trying to expose somebody messaging me, but I thought that it might be an interesting thing to learn from. Just the types of things that can happen when you put yourself out on the internet, and the types of things that will probably happen again, unfortunately, and especially now that I've talked about it. But as much as I felt really bad about the situation, I did know one thing, and that was that I didn't have any obligation to be paying this person's rent, and I have no idea who this person is, how they knew of my friend and I, and if there truly was a catfish. It's kind of scary to think that somebody would go so far as to this situation. So I don't know, I thought that I would kind of switch things up, share this story with you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that maybe you guys have some different theories of things that maybe I didn't think of, or maybe could have happened without me even realizing. But that is the time that somebody stole my identity, and somebody maybe lost their place because of it. I haven't followed up with this person, I don't know, but if they did, it's really, really sad that catfishing can go that far. Well, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video but you are not yet subscribed, but you do enjoy my videos, I would really, really appreciate it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. I post a ton of videos, and this channel just means everything to me, so every single time I see our family growing, it's like the most rewarding feeling in the entire world. And if you did enjoy today's video, I would really love it if you would give it a big thumbs up, because it makes my heart super happy, and I just really appreciate it so very much. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time.